Welcome to College Game Day here live from Madison, Wisconsin, where we have our second ever regular season 1 versus 2 matchup. The Washington State Cougars take on the Wisconsin Badgers. Two of the most prominent FCS coaches of all time collide here. The defending FCS, two different roads get here after week 1. A bit of a miracle and an instant classic for Washington State, knocking off #1 Colorado State. And Wisconsin in dominant fashion as they took down #2 Georgia Tech in a 17-0 shutout, the likes we haven't seen in a long time. Should be a great game. Second ever 1-2 game here in the regular season. It's only week 2. Not much bigger of a game you can get here this early in the season. So we got a lot to get to. So I guess let's kick off with that instant classic from last week where #3 Washington State survived against #1 Colorado State 48-42 in triple overtime. I don't know where to start with this game. Anyone want to take the floor here? Because I have no idea where you even start with this game.
It was pretty amazing. You got the defending national champion, and let's not take anything away. He played a fantastic game. Just wasn't quite enough.
I mean,
they both played fantastic games.
They played smart, but I don't know if this was not a mistake for game by any stretch. You had we had Washington State fumble the game away, then Colorado State scored, and then they managed to blow it on a last-second 28-yard touchdown at the end of regulation. You have in double overtime, Colorado State failing on a 4th and 1 from the 5, and then Washington State fumbling the very next possession. Then you have Colorado State fumble the game away at the end and triple over. So it was a great game, but there were plenty of mistakes to go along throughout this game. But yeah, play calling great. One of the best games I've ever seen. Great win for Washington State. Heartbreaker for Colorado State, though.
Yeah,
I mean, first,
I can't imagine what it would be like to lose on a fumble in overtime. That would just be heartbreaking.
It was really just a great game overall, though. No other way to describe it.
Well, Colorado State actually, with the first FBS national champion to lose in the opening week of the next year as Marshall beat Clemson season 2. Although that required some luck there. And then you had Western Kentucky dominate FAU. So, yeah, first ever... Was it Western Kentucky they beat FAU week 1? Am I getting that right? VFB? That sounds right. But, but Colorado State, I mean, that's a tough way to lose. Home opener. I mean, the offense did what it needed to do for the most part. The defense just couldn't make the stops that he needed to, and Washington State comes out on top. Both these teams still going to be... I mean, there's no reason to doubt that either of them are going to be there at the end of the day. And in the playoffs, both these teams still have very good playoff shots. This game proved they're still really good.
And this is the #1 reason why you schedule tough. I mean, a game like this, especially since it went to overtime, Colorado State is going to take a hit right now for ranking, but going long term, playing a quality team like Washington State is much better for their resume than playing a cupcake, because winning by 30 against the cupcake doesn't show nearly as much as playing a tough team, basically equal. I mean, overtime just flip of the coin at that point.
Yes, but at a certain point, I mean, you can't make, like, Colorado State, like, with 3 or 4 out-of-conference games or against, like, teams that most would consider, like, top 20, I'm not sure that's the best strategy.
Because then sometimes you have what happened to UMass last year. They go 7-5 with some great wins and some.
But they're 7-5.
But they're 7-5.
But I mean, in UMass is a bit different though, since they're, independent. They have to schedule a bunch of those games.
I mean, but Colorado State, Mountain West was the best conference last year. I mean, won the national championship, had a bunch of really good teams. You had Colorado State, Utah State, Wyoming. Yeah. bunch of really solid Air Force there for the first half of the year.
We don't talk about what happened to Air Force.
Air Force #1. Oh, that feels like forever ago.
Scheduling tough can backfire for sure, but
yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. I still think Colorado State has what it takes, but every year we've had that championship drop off.
I mean, yeah, I don't like Marshall and Western Kentucky haven't been bad, but they've been like borderline top 25, like 7-5 range every year.
But it's still a large drop off, and Colorado State is trying to end that streak, but that's not a great start to trying to do that.
But yeah, no. National champion, like we've never seen a national champion truly compete for the national title. It just hasn't happened yet. Colorado State could be the first, but it's difficult to be that good for that long, for multiple seasons in a row. It's why I think Georgia Tech, even though they got smacked this week, and we'll get to that in a minute. Like that's just impressive. They've been top 15 every single year. That I don't know if they can keep going if they play like in week 1 again or not. But yeah, let's see our next game. Another top 10 matchup here. Number 10 Penn State took down number 6 Buffalo in a solid 28-23 game. Back and forth, but I would say it felt like Penn State was going to win for a large portion of that game, especially after that 14-3 second quarter they had.
I do have to say, I felt like I always felt like Buffalo was in it, but I felt from that 14-point second quarter on, I felt pretty comfortable that as long as I could run out the clock, that I'd be good. I didn't really make that many big mistakes in the second half. We just held control and had ball control and ran the ball down their throat.
Charlie, shut up.
Trying to waste as much clock as possible. Then again, Buffalo did make a few key mistakes. They had that first quarter missed PAT, and to close out the first half, their field goal team doesn't get the kickoff before the clock expires.
Yeah, they didn't seem very happy about. But I feel like a broken record here on how timeouts work. I feel like if you don't get it at this point, you're trying not to get it. Well, I feel like this has been explained a lot.
It has been, but for a lot of people, if they haven't had a close game, they haven't really taken notice of when timeouts occur.
Central Michigan, I'm not even going to answer that because A, I just did. B, I know you know.
Hold on. Timeouts work is it stops the clock. That's what happens. So, moving on.
Okay.
Any other questions about this game?
I mean, how do you feel you perform? Is this like, how do you feel if your team keeps playing this way? Like, how do you feel overall your performance throughout the game?
Our team got the win. That's all we can really ask for. Obviously, I'd always like to win by more. Just to have, I always like having a cushion that way, because you never know when a pick six can happen or a turnover six, and completely changes all momentum, which is a real thing, by the way.
We're not.
But I'd like to get more of a lead against these teams. It's not always possible because I have a freaking tough schedule. But
yeah,
forgetting in conference where I've got at least 3 ranked teams already. I have just beat one. I have another one this week. So this is just a rough time period right now.
but
I want to get a better lead on these games, but it's not always. Who doesn't?
Yeah, I feel
as
as someone who's of my 40 career games, 21 of them have been 1-score games. Yeah, I really wish I could have some more not close games. Because I'm pretty sure this game's taken at least a year off my life at this point.
Oh, I completely feel the same way.
CFB. See, you're in a clip. Now you say that. Number 8 Texas in a great opener. Number 8 Texas walks off number 7 Western Kentucky, 24-22, 31-yard field goal. Speaking of close games, Western Kentucky cannot, for the life of them, win a game that is remotely close. I don't know why.
I'm not making a joke. Western Kentucky, have you won a game with less than 2 scores yet? I know at first 2 seasons that you hadn't. But I'm not trying to make light of it.
I think he's won one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's like one in a lot of losses. I'm still 1-14. Jesus.
It's not 1-14. It's only 1-12.
That's not okay. Does anyone have any theories on why? Like other than like, oh, he's a choker. Good, that's a cop-out answer.
I don't think he's a choker. I think that some people, their luck. I think he used all his luck for that season 2 run. That
was
dominant.
Yeah.
But what I mean,
Colorado State.
Because any close game doesn't go his way.
Well, I think at least my theory is that because there have been some close games that are close right up until he pulls away, like scores a touchdown, gets a fumble, scores again, and suddenly what was a close game now looks like a blowout.
Yeah. I do kind of like Central Michigan's theory. Like if you never play a close game, you're just not going to be used. And
I think it's and second guessing yourself, because I know I've been guilty of this where, I've done it both playoff semifinals where I second guess myself, and I will change my number what I wanted to do, and my original number would have been either one of them. He told me it was the exact number he picked.
Yeah, but
that one was a time going away. But second guessing yourself, I think, is the biggest thing. And you get stressed. Like, you're so used to winning that anything less than dominance is a stressor.
And now, those are like personal. My game day, like the strategy theory behind it is their style of play. Like their defense isn't really meant to be a brick wall. Like they're not meant to. They're an aggressive defense, and if a game gets close, they're going to probably amp up that aggressiveness to try to get the ball back, and that leaves them giving up some of these late touchdowns, these late field goals, stuff like that. I don't think their defense is built for close games. Because normally their offense just scores 70, and their defense, it doesn't matter what the defense does when you put up 50-plus points. Because their close games are normally a lot lower scoring. So when they're in those close games, their defense just can't hold them there at the end. I think it's a little bit of A and B there. A little bit of just like with everything. But yeah, for the first game of the year, that was a heck of a game. Texas looking avenge 23-0 from last year, and Western Kentucky just more. They have had that one championship run, and then a bunch 2 years, season 1 and season 3, blow out some teams, but they lose too many close games. With the way they play, I don't know if it's sustainable for a championship, multiple great seasons in a row. Because they have that really aggressive style of play, which can backfire quickly. Up next, we'll head to a shootout. Didn't look good for UMass early as they were down 35-21, but they ended up pulling out this number 13 UMass 56 to number 11 Oklahoma State 42. This is the true definition of a shootout. Over 900 yards of offense. Both teams are over 40 points. But yeah, UMass in the second half railroaded them 35-7. It was ugly in the second half. But yeah, UMass. I mean, I was really high on UMass in this in the offseason. Not Oklahoma State's good, but I think UMass that since they've moved to really one coach being their coach, technically they're two, but they've been one of the hardest teams to play in the country. They went 7-5 last year, but they're scheduled. If they were in the playoff, if they were number 8 in the playoff, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run for the championship. If they were for some reason in.
No matter what, they're always dangerous.
I mean, they could be gearing up for a playoff run this year. That was a good win to start out. They have a good, strong schedule, and if they get a decent amount of wins, they could easily be in the playoff.
But same thing happened with schedule. Tell me where there's any break. Oklahoma State, North Texas, Ohio State, Middle Tennessee, Michigan State, FAU, Western Kentucky, Colorado State, USC, Georgia Tech, LSU, and Texas. Like, I don't think this if they can somehow pull an 8-4 or 9-3 record out of their ass and make the playoff, I'll be proven wrong. But I don't think you can do that. You're going to drop at least 5 games with that schedule. That's just.
What?
Anything can happen, but.
Just because you've got a tough schedule doesn't mean you're going to at least lose 5 games, though.
It's very likely. I don't see how you make it out of that schedule really unscathed.
I would take the over on 7 wins if given the choice.
7.5 wins, you would take the over.
I'd take the over.
It's
I
hard
would go right in 8-4, but
see, I don't. Middleton.
There you go.
But I don't know, because I know they're a really good coach, but at the same time, like, it feels like 7-5 feels like a disappointment, but at the same time, look at who they're playing.
Oh, definitely.
Oklahoma State's got plenty of chances to bounce back. It's with all these teams, you just gotta realize it's 1 week. They got a game against a seemingly solid FAU squad next week before they kick off conference play. So we'll see how they recover this week. Let's see what else we got. We have that 17-0 shutout of Wisconsin over Georgia Tech. I don't have much to say about this game other than wow. This is one of the most dominant defensive performances I've ever seen. There are teams who have given up less yards, but again, it's worse opponent. I've never seen a top 10 team get held to 150 yards and 5 turnovers. They got past the 31 time, and then they immediately got pushed behind it. It was ugly. But, I mean, I feel bad for Georgia Tech's defense. They only gave up 140 yards, and they still got crushed.
Wisconsin's offense was not good.
They didn't have to be.
Exactly.
The defense was phenomenal.
That might have been my. Yeah.
This is probably the best defensive game. I mean, because of the opponent, this is definitely the best defensive game in our league's history.
What'll be interesting to see, though, is going forward, if Wisconsin is playing a team with a little bit more of a big play potential and gets down early, will they be able to fight back?
And I think they run into that team this week against Washington State, which is our game day game here.
Boo. The crowd doesn't like that one.
Washington State has one of the most high-powered offenses I've ever seen, and I think it's going to be an exciting game against a really electric defense against a really solid offense.
Ever seen after one game is a bit.
I still think that Season 2 Western Kentucky is the most electric team.
No. Yeah, that's probably scary. You tell me it's one team I don't have. The last time I played Season 2 Western Kentucky, and they got hot. But,
I'm having trouble hearing you guys. You.
Jake, you're kind of
Yeah, you're
going in and
cutting
out
out,
from-
Jake.
Oh, okay. Am I back? I'm good now.
No.
I'm still. Give me a second. I'm gonna try something.
That was. I could hear you fine.
Yeah, I could hear you good there. I think
Okay, are we
everyone's internet's pretty bad though, just because of like, you know.
Well,
You're fine
Alright.
now.
oh, I'm fine now. Okay.
Oh, as soon as you said that, it
Yeah, you jinxed
started
it.
cutting out again.
I have no idea what the issue is. That it should be working fine. My microphone should be working fine.
It's probably just the connectivity issues with everything going on.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna try something.
Jake?
State Farm.
Yeah. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to turn the sensitivity.
Alright. Did we go over all the pick'em games yet?
No, we are not.
I don't think
We're
not even-
speaking of pick'em games. We're finally on our last one. We got your game. Number 5 Middle Tennessee takes down Memphis, 41-32. I didn't think y'all winning out of conference game was loud in the regular season. So
Not
good
gonna
job
lie,
there.
I was pretty impressed with myself. Pretty surprised. But yeah, it was a good game by the offense. Defense got a little shaky towards the end there, but we were able to get everything under control and secured a pretty easy win.
I mean, yeah, a bit surprised that y'all actually got outgained there. Memphis just had some untimely mistakes in that game. But yeah, Memphis actually outgained Middle Tennessee by about 10 yards, I believe. Both near about 400 yards, which a lot of yards for a game. So
I think that's
I don't
a
know,
little
wait.
misleading though, because I think I recovered a kickoff on his 20 and like blocked a field goal, so I had less field to drive, but I was getting more yards per play, if that makes sense. I know
yeah,
that's not a
I get what you're
thing,
saying.
but
You just had less room to go.
yeah,
You can only get as many yards.
like
as
if
you have
I'm at
to
the
go.
20-yard line, it's like, well, for me, I
You
don't
can only
care
get
about the
20 yards.
yards. Points and the win is all that mattered, and it was a little sloppy towards the end. I shouldn't have let him score there, but it's okay. No worries. Got the win. Looking forward to taking on Charlotte this week.
Conference play. Let's see if being good in out of conference play means you get bad in Conference USA play.
I mean, to be fair, I could lose my last 3 out-of-conference games. I did win my first out-of-conference game last year against Kent State, and then got demolished in the rest of my games. So, be interesting.
All right, who's ready for a good old fashioned choke job?
You're talking about
Hey, we're not bringing up the Season 2 Big Ten Championship game.
No, we're talking about a game that happened this week. A game I refuse to acknowledge as a ranked game because it shouldn't have even been a ranked game, but I'll acknowledge it now because it's funny. Number 12 Central Michigan with a 19-point fourth quarter comeback against number 14 Pitt in what was multiple choke jobs by Pitt. They choked about 3 different times in this game.
Man, it really sounds like you did it.
I mean, y'all ranked someone who was 1-1 all time in D2, so you know.
Jake hates
I'll-
Oregon, Jake hates Pitt, Jake hates the Pac-12.
Hey, as Penn State, there is nothing wrong with hating Pitt. They like extra.
Yeah.
What can we say?
I don't hate Oregon. I just think a certain someone here is a bit biased towards them.
I am
it's a bit
not
obvious.
biased. I am
Yeah.
not biased.
You are filled of lies.
I
and
think
you
he's a
know
good
it.
coach. I think he's
Thank you,
better
Bama.
than me. But I think it's a sham that he's not ranked this week, but that's whatever.
Go Nittany Lions except this week, right, Bama?
Oh yeah, speaking of Oregon, Jake, I'm giving you the mic here. Just yell at the Pac-12 all you want. I know you've been waiting, so just go for it.
Yeah, the Pac-12 is going to be the best conference. Oh wait, that y'all went 4-8 in the Mountain West Challenge.
Because the Mountain West is awesome.
Now, Here is a counterpoint.
Do not talk about my conference like that.
No. The Mount West is good. The Mount West is good. I'm not. Don't take this as a diss at the Pac-12 or the Mount West at all. I'm just. This is direct at only the Pac-12. I'm not saying Mount West is good. We know that. But if you want to claim you're the best conference, you got to do a little better than that.
Here is the counterpoint.
The two best conferences.
Kurt brought it up
What do you
here.
mean
They won the ranked games.
They won one game.
No,
they didn't.
their best teams
Utah
won.
State.
USC lost, but their best teams won, and California.
USC's their best historical team.
No, Jake.
And Cal
Jake,
lost too.
Jake,
what are
please.
you talking about?
I know. No, you let me finish. Cal proved that they belong to be up there. He played Wyoming really close. It was a great game to watch.
You said their best teams won, like 3 of their best teams lost. What are you talking about?
Jake, do
Pick
you want
one.
me to pull up the all-time rankings?
No, that's not. I'm not.
No,
that's
Jake,
not,
you can't. USC is not a top coach in.
USC is by far the best Pac-12 team of all time. There's no debate.
Okay, I'm
there.
talking coach right now. USC's good, but he's not their best coach. Their best coach is Uga.
Second
won.
best coach.
I'd say third best.
Yeah, because you
Okay,
Homer.
but that top half of teams did well. The bottom half, not so much. Utah, I don't want to talk about Utah. That was
blowing a 21-point lead against Boise.
a second-hand embarrassment.
Hey, people forget that Boise won the conference in season 2.
Yeah, but that says more about the conference than the team.
Yeah,
they
the
went
Mountain West
8-6
was
that
not
year.
good.
But still, they beat a pretty good team in the championship game.
Oh yeah, yourself.
Cal was a D coach.
I mean,
D2 coach.
That was no.
I thought you couldn't judge how good you are. That's what I thought you said.
I'm going. Hey, I cannot rank myself versus other teams. Objectively, playoff team season 1, playoff team season 3, I have, as a coach, am better than average.
Well, then you could objectively say that you should be ranked.
Nope, I can't.
What's the difference? There's no. Oh my.
Yes, there is.
No, I'm not.
Hold on. There's a difference between taking my seat as I am overall versus week to week.
If you can't look at what you say, what you've just said as a top 25 team, then I don't know what a top 25 team is.
Well, Jake, we all know you don't know what a top 25 team is.
That's true.
I have plenty
That's
of
true.
experience
That's
on
true.
a top 25
NC
team.
Is NC State a top 8 team, Jake?
Not right
Yeah.
now. They just lost to Texas
were
A&M.
last
Because they
right
didn't
now.
belong in the playoff ever.
Not like Wyoming showed much more in the
Moving on,
weeks
let's-
fine, but yeah.
Wyoming was
Hold on.
8-4.
Let's.
When you lose 4 games, you lose it right.
Well, I mean, NC State did. Everyone sucked. Wait
Wait a second here.
Wyoming
I'm
should have been in.
Yeah, let's
all
make
I'm
that
saying.
clear. Wyoming.
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 Wyoming
Anyway,
lost to Utah State,
Well,
right?
moving.
Yes, I thought I would. I honestly
Okay.
thought I would have taken. I'd been fine with Utah State.
We got
I
off
was
topic
fine
a
with
bit
that.
there.
The issue was everyone else hated them.
Because they suck.
Yeah, but that's all right. Anyways, you have one more rank
Let's-
game to talk
let's-
about.
Yeah, let's talk about the most disappointing game of the week.
Most disappointing. I think it was a,
Most
maybe not the most
disappointing game.
No, anytime Jake wins, it's this disappointment.
That's mean. I
Rice.
didn't say the Penn State
Not
game
my
was my
fault.
most disappointing game. Hey, I didn't say the Penn State game was my most disappointing game this week.
I didn't say it was disappointing for me. I'm talking about for the fandom.
This is true.
Oh.
We all
For
wanted
the
it.
majority of people in fake college football, they want to see you lose.
Okay, but next week we get to see Pitt beat Jake, so it was worth it. The wait, you know. Just gotta let
know,
it build up.
I need y'all to say I'm gonna lose every week. I think I do better that way, anyways. Just call me trash every week, and we're good.
I mean, not a problem.
Yeah. But yeah, close game. I nearly blew it at the end, giving up a touchdown the last 9 seconds, then giving up an onside kick. Defense decided to, in the game, force a fumble, but solid game. Every part of the team's got to improve. Mistakes were all around, but got the win. I'll take it.
Yeah, it was a good effort from the Hokies there. Rice made some pretty bad mistakes, but it's alright. I don't know if that was a decisive victory enough, though, to put them in the top 10.
It was. I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't like a last minute win or something, but it was like we I think the better team won, but I wouldn't say it was no dominant win. I'm not going to try to claim that.
Yeah, you just felt like a little shaky there for a little bit, but a win's a win. And
Week 1.
Yeah.
Week 1, I'll take.
I mean, you
Okay,
gotta
I didn't realize
learn how to
it's still-
play again.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Now that we're done with the ranked games, I'm surprised by this because this is week 1. There were only 2 unranked wins against ranked teams. That surprised me.
I will take my bow now.
You don't count because Vanderbilt should have never even been ranked.
Whoa, that counts.
If
I
it's
see a
too much-
16 right there. That is a rank.
Yeah, because of memes. Same reason Pitt really doesn't count as a ranked team in my
Well,
head.
okay, hot take. I think Pitt proved they deserve that rank. They played a
I
good
think
Central Michigan team. Very close.
What?
Yeah,
Hold on.
but
Yeah, you know the person who thinks there's only one person who always bashes on Central Michigan, and it's Central Michigan.
I've done my fair share of bashing the MAC, so.
No, but I'm about Central Michigan specifically. He always bashes Central Michigan. No, Central Michigan is a good team. I remember them being in the New Year's Six season 1.
dude, that game, I remember that. Yeah, they were borderline top 25 because they beat Toledo. Then Central Michigan won the MAC. Then they played I forget who won that game though, but it was a great game against Utah State that year. It's like 23 versus 25, it was like shootout.
Yeah,
But yeah, they've been good.
Utah State lost 2 straight games this season and moved up in the rankings.
No, I think you're thinking of a different. Oh, that's right. Because didn't they lose to you twice?
Yeah,
Everyone else lost to.
I beat them twice, week 12 and championship game, and they went from unranked to like 25.
No, they were.
22.
I think they were. No, they were. I think they were 24, then 23, then 22. Because
Something crazy.
yeah, because everyone around them lost to worse teams. It was season 1 was weird.
Meanwhile, their strength of schedule improved.
Yeah.
Because my strength of schedule season.
Your season 1 strength. You played a bunch of mad teams. You didn't play one
Little
great,
loud
you also didn't
Jake.
play many terrible.
Well,
Sorry.
I joined like at the very end of the beginning.
Yeah.
I played week 1, but by the time I joined, I had there was 6 teams I could choose from for my 4 non-conference games.
I mean, yeah. I'm not blaming you for the schedule. It is what it was, but you didn't it was looking back now. It wasn't terrible. It's just you didn't play anyone great, which
Boise State at the beginning looked great, and then
fell off.
talk about what is it with the Mountain West and having a team start great and just crash.
I don't know.
Who's it gonna be this year?
We'll see.
My bet's on
I
Utah
would say-
State. Utah State starts 6-0 and
Utah
finishes
State's
6-6.
legit. They're legit.
Tradition is going to be
I wa-
Colorado because they won the national title, so they're due for a drop off.
Yeah, but
But
they
they
have to
didn't win
start
their
it off
first
the year
game.
hot. No, it's gonna. I just want for the memes to say Wyoming, but I'm not. Just
Wyoming's
because.
good.
Boo.
I
I'm
always got to
kidding.
cheer for my guys. I love the Mountain West. If I ever win the national title at Penn State, I'm going back to the Mountain West.
All right, but
And I have
our
to bring
first
this
two
up.
upset-
Wait, hold on.
Would you go
Sorry.
back to UNLV, or would you go to
I
any
would
other
try to go
West?
to UNLV, but I love the Big Ten, but the Mountain West was my home when I started here.
oh
Oh
Kurt.
Lord,
Oh.
Kurt, that is brutal.
I mean, I feel like someone who's been in the national semifinals twice doesn't have a terrible chance at winning it at some point.
I mean, I don't know if
I'm not
Mr.
saying it's
23.
gonna happen now, but I'm not saying I'm going to win this season or next season or anytime soon. But at some point, I believe it is feasible that you could win the national title.
Okay. Okay, but this
I'm
wasn't.
not sure if someone who blew a 23-0 lead in a conference title game should really be talking
Oh
about.
gosh.
Should really be talking about someone else not winning in a national title game.
What a sad day. Didn't he say he was gonna win 56-3 too? That's pinned somewhere if you look for it.
He said he was gonna kill him, and then he's like, "Oh, look, I'm up 23-0, her," and then, oh, wait, oh
and
no.
Hold on a second. That was to Oklahoma State, who I think I might have played in the playoff. Huh.
Kurt, I'm sorry. Every time you try to trash another team, you know that's going to come up. You should know better by now.
In Pac-12 related challenge, Mountain West stuff, this wasn't really the nightmare scenario for the Pac-12 because a lot of the upper teams won. If Washington State, if Washington State lost, it would have been the nightmare scenario. There's room to improve for them because they have a lot of new, like, I don't want to say new coaches, but like coaches from D2 and the FCS coming up. So you got to adjust.
New promoted coaches.
Yeah, like they have new talent. I'm sure they'll adjust, figure it out.
I can see them being one of those top heavy, a couple of really good teams, and just you don't want to look at the rest of the conference.
Well, the big issue with conferences like that, like the CUSA, we have tons of good teams. Like,
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like they just have a couple of teams that's really good records, and then the rest is just like bad.
Well, I was a little surprised to see some of those like mid-level Pac-12 teams doing bad. Like teams like Stanford, I normally expect to do better. Stanford is an interesting coach to look at, but he did not win. He got blown out.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll get the two upsets here. The one that was, the biggest true upset was of ranked, unranked versus ranked. We got Arkansas State killed number 15 Ball State, 31-10.
Come on, I killed Vanderbilt.
I don't think Ball State deserved that rank though.
Hold on.
Yeah, they were the defending. What do you mean? They were defending MAC champions. They had a really good year last year. They were finished about top 10.
I just think it should have been more in the 20s. But Arkansas State probably should have been ranked in the preseason. I don't hate the MAC. I just maybe, but I think Arkansas State probably should have been ranked in preseason. They had a good hang on. They had a good year last year, and they
were decent. They were like
9-3, weren't they? 8-4.
Yeah, but they're in the Sun Belt.
Well,
I mean,
still, I think they continue to build up, and I think they could be the first. If any team from the Sun Belt has a shot at making the playoff, it's them. So.
Oh yeah, that Louisiana Lafayette team that still hasn't beat a top team in their career. Yeah, that real good coach there. Anyways, I mean, yeah, that's about how. But yeah, I mean, Arkansas State, I would say they're about 30th coming into the season. Seems fair. Now, definitely a top-ranked team. Got a tough matchup against Arkansas State this week. UVA against UVA. So, old Sunbelt coach there.
Yeah, that's an exciting game, really, because
that's gonna be fun.
A little bit of a rematch, and
anyway, sorry.
But then, hold up. Let me unmute UVA since they want to. Since the lesser Virginia team wants to talk. Oh, hold up. I might have to edit the channel so we can talk. Oh.
You have it. You got it.
You hear me?
Yeah.
There we're in.
Welcome to Gameday.
If we're going to talk about my matchup, I'm right here for the interview.
Well,
we're not on next week.
We're not there yet. We're not there. We're just bringing it up. We'll come back to you later. All right.
Mute me back. All right, I'll be ready.
You can just all right. There, bye. I mean, you can't always do that, anyways. But
yeah.
But our other quote unquote upset, because people like ranking memes, and Vanderbilt's one of those. Shouldn't have been anywhere near 16th.
Boo.
The Ohio State Buckeyes continue their hot streak with a 45-14 dominant win in the U.S. Is it the U.S. Bank Kickoff Classic? Did I get that right?
US Bank Kickoff Classic, yeah.
Yes. They've won 7 of 8 games.
But they beat Vanderbilt. I mean, Sister Scopes the blind to beat Vanderbilt.
Okay, they're not season 1 Vanderbilt anymore. I'll see them a little. They went 6-7.
They were
last year.
mediocre last year, which
to be clear,
better
though,
than worse.
This game was the same score I beat last year's Penn State by.
Yes, and that one, not even just an upset. That was just a great freaking game for you.
No, yeah. Ever since week 9 of last year, it's been the best my offense has ever performed.
Well, now you just got to figure out the whole not lose the trash teams part, and we'll be there.
My record
We gotta.
against top 25 teams is higher than my record. My win percentage against ranked teams is better than my overall win percentage.
You gotta stop losing to like teams
Rutgers.
ranked 115. Rutgers, yes.
I have a losing record against them.
But
No,
yeah,
this may not technically be an upset, but I feel like it's fair to talk about Texas.
We're gonna talk about it. I
for
put
that.
this down because I specifically am mad that people didn't rank them. So we had A&M, and probably, honestly, in my opinion, the biggest upset of the week. When A&M beat number 26, I know that's not a thing. NC State 31-24. I'm just surprised. That's the most surprising game of this week. I honestly thought NC State had a comfortable win there, but no, A&M came out of nowhere to pull off an upset win.
I wouldn't say out of nowhere. It's not like they were a horrible team last year.
I mean, they were average, but NC State.
There's a difference between a good team and a playoff team, though.
Well, was NC State a playoff team? Were they?
Okay, season
I
2
don't
they
know.
were. Season 2 they were. So even if you want to take away their season 3 accomplishment, they made it season 2 at 11-2.
But I think this could be Texas A&M's year to put the pieces of the puzzle together and win the SEC finally.
I mean, shoot, all you gotta do is get better than a couple of teams.
The SEC in fake football is the exact opposite of it in real football.
The CUSA is the SEC, and the SEC is the CUSA.
Except
real-life
that would require the SEC in real life to miss the playoffs.
I was gonna say I think the CUSA, and they're not even that good as the CUSA in real life, because the CUSA is like too thin.
That is a bold statement. Does the Big Ten have any national champions?
No, but how many Big Ten championships does the CUSA have?
How many?
Wait, what? Hold up.
Hold on, I'm confused.
I don't think that's possible.
How many national champions has? I'm saying that fake SEC is not as good as the real CUSA.
Oh, I thought you were saying the fake CUSA isn't as good as the real CUSA.
No.
That's what I was.
Sorry.
That's what I said.
No, that I was going for. Because the fake CUSA is the. I mean, they had 2 national titles. We can't say. I mean, what can you say?
I'd say they're equivalent, probably, but I don't know. I digress.
I think Big Ten is on its way up, though.
Big Ten.
Okay,
Big Ten. The Big Ten could be a solid conference. They always have been a middle of the road conference. Not bad, not good.
No.
The East.
Originally, Big Ten was pretty bad.
No, season 1 we were pretty good. It was season 2 that we cratered.
Season 2 was
And then-
rough.
And then, with season 3, we finally got a Big Ten team in the playoff. Season 4, we now have, I'd say, at least 5 quality teams.
Jake.
The Big West still has
Jake, you're breathing on your mic.
Wisconsin and Iowa.
The Big East, or the Big Ten East, has a 3-headed monster. The West kind of has a tentative Wisconsin right now, and then a bunch of other. It's basically real life.
Well,
Big
I
Ten
think with
West.
that Wisconsin signing, the
Wait,
Big Ten
we're bringing back the
solidifies.
Big East. That's all right. I'm down. Bring back the Big East.
I want to bring back the Big West.
Well, I think about it for a minute though. I think that the Big Ten, comparing it to real life, is actually really similar right now.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And with pretty much the only difference is,
Well, actually,
Michigan State instead of Michigan.
the most
And
conference.
Michigan's still pretty good.
But like real life, yeah, Michigan can't beat Ohio State.
Neither can Penn State.
The most similar conference to real life is the Sun Belt because they both suck. But
Kicking them while they're
Yeah,
down.
but wow. But yeah, let's see.
any other games you'd like to discuss?
From last week, I've got everything I want to get covered. If any of y'all have,
Oh, I would like to
specific
talk
game-
about my team of the week, Bowling Green University.
Bowling Green. First time they've been relevant since week 1 of season 1.
You know, this was just
Number one. Never
quite
forget.
possibly the defensive performance of the year. just the most well-rounded game in the history of FCFB.
Whoa.
They take
we
down-
had Georgia Tech, Wisconsin this week. Hold up.
Well,
Doing that to Illinois is a bit different than doing it to Georgia Tech now. Let's
let
pump the brakes
let Bowling
here.
Green have this moment. They take down Illinois 31, not to 10, not to 3, to nothing. Shutout, 31 points.
They're gonna say the one.
Bowling
Illinois
Green.
is
I thought you were
arguably
gonna
the
say
worst team in the Big Ten over the past 2 years.
But you're not wrong. Isn't Illinois just as bad? Or not? I just said Illinois. Northwestern just as bad.
Yeah, but I mean, Northwestern at least went like 4-8 last year or something.
Illinois might be the worst football state in fake football because they've also got Northern Illinois too. Oh my god.
Oh,
It's not
another surprising game. San Jose State absolutely blowing Colorado out of the water. Colorado was not a bad
I'm not
team.
that surprised.
Colorado,
not-
they had a new coach come
Colorado
in.
shows up about 3 weeks a year.
They had a new coach come in the back half of the season, if I remember correctly. And this game was just kind of shocking because that's just a huge win coming out of nowhere, and they'll probably be ranked for the first time in their career this week.
But I guess now UVA, if you want to unmute yourself, this would be a good time to squeeze in an interview. Did someone mute him? No, he
No, I think he
muted
muted
himself.
himself.
Oh, and Jake, when we start talking about next week in the top 25 games, are we going to use the tentative rank?
I mean, all of the games that are going to be potentially ranked games are pick-up games, so we don't have to use ranks.
But I'm saying just going over the rest of the top 25 that aren't necessarily playing ranked teams.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. I didn't plan to talk about every single game, but if you want to talk about some of them, I that's fine. You can do that.
We
I'm not
normally
gonna-
do
It's been a while since I've been on.
We do like
Since,
you pick
Gameday,
like
I
an
forgot.
underlooked game that you think will be a good
Yeah, we
game.
upset of the week,
An underlooked
overlooked game,
game,
then the pick-up
yeah.
games.
Wait, is underlooked
I
and
thought-
overlooked mean the same thing?
I meant, under. I don't know. I'd just say overlooked game of the week.
Underappreciated game of the week.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, sorry.
UVA's now camera shy. Come back here, you lesser Virginia school.
Yeah, the best Virginia school's Old Dominion, obviously.
Old Dominion can die for all.
Didn't Old Dominion beat Virginia Tech in real life?
We don't have to talk about that.
Old Dominion just dropped wrestling, so they can go screw themselves. I hope their
Well,
university
okay.
fails and goes
They have
bankrupt.
no money, though, because if they don't get football money, they have no money. All sports
Good.
will be
They
canceled
dropped
for them.
wrestling, so they
You
deserve it.
You can't if
Any
you
school
if
that
you don't
drops
have
wrestling
if you don't have money.
Football is
You
the
can't have a
only
wrestling
sport
program
that
if you don't
brings in
have money.
revenue.
They could have upped other sports instead of wrestling.
Wrestling burns money.
I mean,
Swimming
I feel like they're
burns
gonna do
money.
that.
Track burns money. Diving burns money. Equestrian burns money. Bocce ball burns money. Polo
Wait, bocce
burns
ball?
money.
Wait, hold up.
Wrestling is the best sport on earth.
It's a money
There's
drain.
nothing else to talk about.
But they don't make money. Football is the only thing that
Yes, it
makes
does.
money.
No, that's not true. Wrestling makes money at Penn State, at Ohio State, at Iowa.
Yeah, for the
You
it makes
picked
money for the Big Ten
best
schools, and
five
that's about
wrestling schools. It does not
it.
make
That's
money.
Not, yeah,
And if they don't have a football team, they can't afford that stuff, and everything's gonna get canceled because they just can't
That's
afford
not true.
it.
There's a bunch of teams that have wrestling that don't. I mean, Franklin and Marshall has Division I wrestling, and they don't even have. They're Division III. Everything else. You've got Edinburgh. You've got Clarion. You've got a.
yeah, but those are wrestling specific schools. Not everyone's a wrestling like specific school.
Yeah, he's right.
Don't
This
have
is
to
off
be
topic.
wrestling specific. You can at least. There's ways to support wrestling. That, but.
You know what? Let's stay off of real life because no one wants to talk about real life, right?
We could talk about. Are we just waiting on Virginia or?
I thought they said they were. I don't know if they're still. They're not muted, are they? Well, I mean, they are muted, but I don't think they're like server muted or
We
anything.
can just start with. I guess we can go through our underlooked or overlooked, games as we wait for him.
All right, who wants to kick that off? Who wants
I'll
to kick
kick
that
it
off?
As usual, I'm gonna be a Big Ten homer.
If you pick your game, I'm gonna be mad.
I'm not, but I'm gonna highlight the facts: Michigan State, USC, Penn State, Alabama, and Wisconsin, Washington
Penn State, Alabama's a pick'em game.
It's a. I can't. Oh, never mind. Point is, you've got a bunch of solid games in the Big Ten this week for a bunch of really good tests, and I think even Iowa-Oregon should be pretty good. I think that across the board, it'll be a good measuring stick for how the Big Ten compares to probably the Pac-12 because you got a lot of head-to-head matchups, but just how they can compete in the rest of the season.
Oh no, I one thing I just have to say,
Illinois.
I'm just Illinois versus San Jose State, the team who scored 0 points versus the team with like the best margin of victory week, or one of the best margin of victories week 1. So let's see if it's as bad week 2.
May Lord have mercy on Illinois' soul.
That's not my overall game. Not at all. But
No, that is a game you should definitely look over. Look past it.
Yes, I will. I'll make sure I do that. But my overall game of the week, it's going to be a American versus Big 12 game. UCF versus Kansas State. I think UCF is always one of those teams. Both these teams are always kind of overall. Kansas State's been solid for a few years now.
Kansas State
Never
is
hear
a
about
consistently good but not great coach. You know.
Yeah, like they're borderline top 25 all time. I think like maybe lower in there, like 30th. But UCF's legit. A 10-win year 2 years ago, 11 wins this past season. I mean, they're probably one of the favorites in the American, along with SMU and a few other teams maybe. But I think this will be a good benchmark game for both programs to see what type of season they're going to have this year. They're both coming off of wins.
So my overlooked game last week was a Pac-12 game, and this week it will be another Pac-12 game, as it's going to be an in-universe rivalry as Ole Miss and the Oregon State Beavers square off. I think Ole Miss had a solid win. Oregon State had a solid win. They are both rivals in FCFB, and I think it'll be a fun game in which Oregon State's able to pull off the win.
My overlooked game of the week is between two teams that were ranked last week and both coming off a loss. We've got Georgia Tech versus Pitt. Pitt goes ranked at the beginning of the season. They're going to play a team that is the most solid team throughout the history of our league. Let's see if Pitt is for real or if they get destroyed like Jake thinks they will.
I can't see this going any other way than Georgia Tech winning 56-0. But, I mean, you never know. That's why they play the game.
I'm going to tell you, all right, in the history of Gameday, whenever you pick an absolute blowout, it always is an instant tight game. So that game's automatically going to at least overtime now.
That was my strategy, Jake.
I honestly, though, think that maybe Georgia Tech overthinks this after last week, and it's like I think it's going to be like a 28-21, 28-24 kind of game.
I can't imagine that. Georgia Tech's going to be angry. They feel disrespected after that loss, where they were honestly humiliated. It wasn't really a close game at all. And I think he's going to be in the same situation as Jake is this week, and it's going to be a tough challenge to try to keep that game close against the runner-up and perennial contender.
Well, VFB, I can't pick you to lose, considering you have to be ranked to be upset. So, call me back when you're ranked again? Yeah, so, I'm not going to do that. So, my upset pick of the week, I had this down beforehand, so I know I'm about to offend somebody here, very specifically here. But in my upset pick of the week, I'm going to take Boston College to upset Ohio State
Wow.
this week. Boston College early seasons are really good. If this was second half of the year Boston College, I wouldn't give them a chance in hell of doing it.
That's smart. I mean, that's smart money, Jake. I have not started a season better or worse than 1-1. Every time I win week 1, I lose week 2, and when I lose week 1, I win week 2. There's a good chance I'll even be wearing Boston College attire while playing most of this game.
Traitor.
So I don't know what
Is
that
that a
means.
conflict of interest?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I think officially request an investigation into Ohio State's
FFBI. FFBI, open up.
VFB, where are you at?
I'm wearing Minnesota gear right now, so. Oh no.
You must buy Ohio State gear before the game.
I own nothing from Ohio
Why?
State.
You know, Oregon actually bought an Oregon shirt, and I just think that's funny. It's a nice shirt. They have a cool logo. I gotta give it to them.
I really wanted to get some UNLV stuff whenever I was their coach.
I was
But
tempted to get
I
some
didn't even
Louisville gear.
Maybe I'll get a Middle Tennessee sweatshirt one day.
But yeah, I've got enough tech stuff to last me for a lifetime, so I ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really Penn State.
Jake, I mean, I'm always tempted. Like, Boston College or Minnesota would be the only two schools I would ever leave for.
Bama, I like your old memes there. Season 1, the first carousel, I love it.
Oh, does anyone remember the old Hawaii memes?
The Hawaii memes. I don't remember no
Wait,
Hawaii.
wasn't that
Hawaii
Notre
has-
Dame?
No, it was the Hawaii head coach. Like, by like week 2, they had already had 4 head coaches or something.
Oh, God. That sounds like a lot of teams.
Hawaii
Season
is in
1,
the
to be
same
fair,
boat
though.
as FAU. They're cursed. You just gotta get out of there.
Jake,
Jeez, Bama.
in order to keep myself interested, I would like to make a bet on this game. I don't know what I want to bet on, but
I don't.
Or
Wait,
like-
me? Wait,
What
oh,
kind of
God.
bet?
I don't
Yeah,
know,
what-
something fun. I don't know.
$1,000. I'm kidding.
Wait, hold on. Who's your real favorite team?
Gophers. I grew up in Minnesota, and then I'm going to Boston College next year. So.
Hey, Minnesota had a good game or good season this year, in real life.
It was great. I was at both the Iowa and Wisconsin games, though. Those were not great.
Well, late
Hmm.
season Iowa was just never fun to play.
No.
Scary
We were the top
times.
10 team at night at Kinnick.
Yep.
Hmm.
That's never easy.
Well,
Ohio State's head coach is Pete Rose, confirmed. Betting on their own game.
Oh, I'm Tom Herman. Didn't you see my comparison?
well, moving on.
Right.
My upset pick. Am I allowed to pick against myself?
No.
We need to hear
You can't pick your.
Okay, well, I
I don't
think
know that we'll figure that out.
I would
but
just like to
you
put
can't-
that
You,
put that on
you
the
can't,
record.
You can't.
I think
You
I'm
can't
gonna lose.
pick against yourself. No,
It's-
you
I'm
can't
not
do
allowed
that.
to make
That's
it my
against
pick.
the rule.
But I think I'm gonna lose. But let's see what else. I think my upset pick is gonna have to be North Texas at UMass. I think North Texas kind of surprises some people here, and it's gonna be a close game, but North Texas edges them out.
Didn't UMass drop a week 2 game last year?
History
an
could
early
repeat
one that
itself.
They weren't supposed to.
I mean, they're 7-5, so I'm sure there's a good chance they dropped the week 2 game. But I mean, I can take a look real quick.
Or
They did lose week 1. I don't think they started 0-2. I'd be shocked. I don't think they started that bad. Yeah, no, they beat Penn State week 2 last year.
Who?
UMass. Yeah.
so they lost week 1 then. That's it.
Yeah, they lost to Texas week 1. That good meme, Miami. I like it. I can appreciate that.
Texas was never good.
I mean, Texas was pretty good.
They
I mean,
lost. Overrated.
Either Texas was good or just Texas was
I beat them
was
in
not
the New
bad.
Year's Six.
That was the thing last year. Were they good or were they just not bad?
I mean,
They-
you have to be pretty good to win 10
They
games.
played in
don't you?
arguably the worst conference besides the Sun Belt.
What? What? No.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
What?
I don't think the Big 12 was good at all.
Last year they were pretty solid.
Well, I mean, the more I think it's controversial, but it's not that out there.
That's true, Prime. You have to be able to get to the Big 12 title game to blow a 23-0 lead in the Big 12 title game. That is a very true point.
Mm,
But yeah, no, I'd say the Pac-12, SEC. I could probably name at least another conference that was worse than the Big 12 last year.
Big 12 was in the bottom 6 though, or bottom 5. Sorry.
Well, that's
They
That's
just
a lot
didn't
different
have-
than the second
they just
word.
weren't very like. They had a bunch of medium teams, but they lacked a lot at the top.
The Big 12 also had the most scandals last year.
that's oh my god, Lord, that's a can of worms not to be open.
The Big 12 should have like a Tiger King documentary. Just oh god. Would be fun.
My moving on. My upset pick of the week. I have a ranked team losing to a team who lost last week and wasn't even ranked to begin with. I have the Orange of Syracuse defeating Wake Forest.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. That's a pretty.
Yeah.
Syracuse
Wake?
played pretty well last
Yeah,
week.
Syracuse
Wake
played FAU
ranked?
tough.
Yeah, Wake is ranked because they are another tech student, and people like to spite me. I think that's about the only two reasons. That's about the only reason I could think of. Same reason Pitt was ranked last week.
But
So
since Jake likes to complain when I make an upset pick that, oh, that's not a real upset pick, I tried to find a real.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you. But
I don't know if UVA is here, so
yeah.
I don't know what we can really wait on.
UVA, come back.
Oh wait, he's there.
We
Hello?
want to.
I see him.
I see you, UVA.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for it? Oh, you're here. Okay.
Interview time.
Yes. All right. Well, glad to have you here, UVA. I don't know what to call you other than UVA coach. Lancer. Coach Lancer.
Yep.
So, glad to be here. How'd you, let's just click it off a little bit from last week. How'd you feel overall about your performance in week 1 against LSU?
Well, I think going up 28-10 always feels good. I think came out strong, came out fiery. Things got a little tighter closer to the end. Maybe I got a little too big for my pants there, but I think the positive way to look at it is I sat on the ball, drained the clock, never felt like it was in trouble, and got the result that I wanted. I won the game.
Did you notice any problems in your game? Like any things to work on for next week?
Yeah, I think I was a little too predictable. Too many bouncing back and forth between some of the same numbers too many times. Led to a few too many silly turnovers and I had that one scoop and score at the end. It also led to things like me getting an onside kick and a couple of long touchdowns, but I think that's a bit of a dangerous game that you play, and I think we'd do well to limit that going forward a little bit.
Okay, so former Sun Belt coaches, we all know Louisiana Lafayette for the back half of last year. So how in this game upcoming against a former Sun Belt rival here in Arkansas State, how's the Week 7 loss, the 38-14 loss? How's that help you prepare for the game this week?
What?
Oh, he smoked me. I mean, I think there's no denying it, and that's why I scheduled him week 2. That's why I asked him, I guess I should say. I do think in that game, I remember feeling at the time that I played almost a pretty close game to him, and it was, you look at the score, and obviously not, but I mean, I even talked to him after the game. You could ask him at the time if he remembers, maybe not. I don't feel like that game was a reflection accurately of where I was as a coach then, and I would think if I played that coach then, now, I would smoke him.
Wow.
So, no, I'm talking about myself. If I played myself from the last time I played Arkansas State, he wouldn't have a chance. And
Sorry.
I think that, I understand, that got a little convoluted there, but that's the kind of game where you take the tape and you burn it. So I can't really say that I learned anything from that, but I think a lot of people are going to learn a lot about me in that game.
I have to ask, have you done any scouting for your game?
No, I don't. No, not really. I'll look a little bit at what he's doing while we're in the midst of a game, but I don't know that I see as big of a benefit to that. I'm looked at all teams as far as rankings and stuff. I'm working on my Lancer model, kind of fine-tuning that, and I've been digging through a lot of other stuff. But as far as specifically looking at what he does, nothing too crazy. We'll see what he comes out with. And I want to adapt to what he does when we play, not what he did 3 weeks ago.
So what do you think your biggest key to victory will be?
I mean, score more points than them. This is a.
Really?
I mean, yeah. This is a game of very small margins, and it'll be close. But I just think that if I go out there and I do what I'm supposed to do, I think it'll never be in doubt again. Let me say that. Let me put it that way. Much like the LSU game, I don't expect this game to ever be in doubt.
Okay. A little bit follow up on my last question. So,
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
You've talked about your past experience your prior experience in sub. You got pretty good record there. You got pretty fine tuned to beating weaker opponents. But as a coach, what do you need to do to take that next step to be able to beat more top tier coaches?
Well, I think the one of the biggest things that I've done is kind of really made sure that I'm calling the right plays in the right moments. I wasn't as involved in Discord here, wasn't really as all in as I am this year. And so I played a lot of scrimmages over the off season. As we all know, question mark Lancer, if anyone isn't sure, looking at different things and also looking at specifically what works better when and what's the bad call when. I mean, I spent that most of, if not the entire season in that Sun Belt running a defense that I think is absolutely terrible and running a spread offense and running the ball every play to control the clock, which I think is absolutely terrible. And I've worked on eliminating a lot of those things, making sure that I'm calling optimal plays, and then I let the numbers fall where they may. And if I have a number and it screws me, then maybe it wasn't meant to be. But as long as I know that I'm making the right decisions in the right moments, I'm going to win a lot of ball games, and I make sure that I do.
Not gonna lie, that was pretty inspirational.
Anyone else got
That
any
was a
more
great
questions?
interview.
Yeah. Anyone else got any more questions? I've got no more on my end.
Will you beat Jake week 12?
Bit early to look ahead there, ain't it? We got 10 more games before then.
Yeah. I don't know that I really want to look that far ahead of my schedule. I think that Jake's a respectable team. He's a coach. Yeah, he's done well in this season.
A coach.
So
I
don't
would
really
dare
want
say
to
top 130.
I don't want to look too far forward. So I'm not really going to say much on that topic, other than absolutely I'm going to beat him. Yeah, obviously.
I mean, obviously, I'm 0-3 against them all the time. There's no way I can beat them. It is 3. The sample size of 3 is huge.
I mean, yeah, if you interpolate that out,
Extra. That's 0 and 1,000.
He's not.
It's a statistical impossibility that Jake can win.
Exactly. Well, thank you for your time. Good luck against Arkansas State this week.
Oh, yeah, I know you don't mean it, but I appreciate it. And hungry for wet rolls, very much. Belly's
He means
rumbling.
it. He wants a big strength of schedule.
Yes.
So
That's
that
true.
way
He needs
makes
that
it
quality
easier to rig.
loss.
He wants
Absolutely.
you to be 11-1 with your only loss being against him.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. I'd love to beat an 11-0 UVA team. I mean, I'd also love to beat a 1-10 UVA team. It's all the same to me with them.
We'll see you in about 10 weeks, buddy, and to everyone else. It was a pleasure being here, and have a good night.
You too. All right, let's get to the pick'em games. Let's kick it off here with the fake the fake college football European Tour Championship game in Dublin, Ireland, between Appalachian State and BYU.
Oh, and rank UVA, everybody.
I think this one is a fairly easy game to pick.
Ooh, all right. Which way? I think I know what you're going to go here, but curious.
I have it as like a 14-point win for Appalachian.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that.
Yep.
What? Why Appalachian State?
Just a gut feeling.
That's always gut feeling. It's never wrong. That's what they say. But I don't know about that. I'm not so sure about that because BYU is a good coach. They've been good all 3 years. Never like super elite or anything, but they're going to beat the bad teams, play the good teams close. So Appalachian State new coach picked up a solid win week 1 in the semifinals of this tournament, but I'm going to stick with the historical favorite here. I'm going to take BYU in a pretty close game, 7-10 point margin here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. Appalachian State has shown some improvement as a coach, but not much there to compete. BYU's annually a good team, and I think they continue that streak and they win. It's gonna be more of a defensive-minded game, I think, though, along the lines of like 17-7.
All right. Now let's move on to.
Okay, wait. Penn State, the people don't seem to agree with you either. As a 79% of people picked BYU in this contest, which that's a high percentage.
All that means is I get more games up when on our pick'em.
Yeah.
That's a bold take.
All right. Next game. Coach we just interviewed. Virginia takes the trip down south to Arkansas State here. A little bit of former Sun Belt coach returning to their conference. Both teams coming off of solid week 1 performances. What's everyone thinking here?
Well, Jake, you can take the team out of the Sun Belt, but you can't take the Sun Belt out of the team. It's gonna be a really ugly game, in my opinion, for both sides. It's just It's not going to be fun to watch, and this was a game that was tough to pick for me. I think Arkansas State is going to edge it out in a really, really ugly defensive slugfest. Just not going to be fun at all. Sloppy. But yeah, I think Arkansas State takes it.
I have to agree with you there. I think Arkansas State is going to. I think that they're both actually pretty good. That even though they're Sun Belt coaches, or historically, but Arkansas State by a field goal.
Well, I'm not too surprised both of y'all took Arkansas State. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, I kind of agree with y'all's points here. Look, UVA's coach. Good win percentage. They're solid. But shoot, when you play a bunch of bottom 30 teams, I think anyone who's half decent can beat up on a bunch of teams that are below 100 in composite.
Hey, don't insult Ohio State like that.
They're not. They finish in the 30s. They don't count.
No, I'm saying they can't beat them.
You are correct.
They can beat the top teams. They can't beat the 100 the teams ranked 100.
I mean,
crossover schedule. I'm screwed. I play both Illinois and Northwestern.
If you're playing Wisconsin and Iowa, I bet you'd win at least one of those.
Yeah, no. Now that we've got fast Wisconsin, oh, definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's only a 10-game sample size here. 80%'s good, really good. But I mean, I haven't seen that them taking that next step yet. They played solid against LSU, but that didn't convince me enough not to take the team that's been a little bit better historically here. And I'm going to take Arkansas State in a close 3-point game. And it's funny that all three of us pick them, considering only 29% of people picked Arkansas State in the game.
Well, the people are wrong.
I think I was one of the. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I picked Virginia in that game. I never remember my picks, but I think the reasoning is just I went with the known quantity.
I'll
I
link
guess
it
I
for
just
you, Matt.
trust the ACC, even if they're former Sun Belt college. I trust the ACC over the Sun Belt.
No, I would pick UVA if I thought they were going to win. But who did you pick? Hold up, let me pull this up.
What
Doesn't
does,
matter if it's
what does
forward.
Elo say for this game?
I'm still working on getting that up for the season because that's
no problem,
still
no
work in
problem.
progress. Yeah. It's almost done though. Like I can tell you that UCF leads all-time ELO right now. They retook the lead. I don't even see. Oh, you picked UVA, yeah. But let's see. That game is going to be that UVA Arkansas State game. That's a 7:30. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff on FSPN2.
Matt, normally
so
you're able
prime
to
time.
join the role, but the dyno's down right now, so you can't. I'm sure you could just ask someone to give you it, though.
Also, do we have a TV schedule yet?
Yeah.
Max
oh,
released it somewhere.
Yeah.
Can
I'll
someone
put it
link
in the
that so
chat.
I can
Okay.
pull it up?
I always like seeing the.
I always try to talk about it when it's out on time. So, yeah, there it is.
Primetime game. Cool.
Yeah, but up next we've got.
The two best teams in the country.
I don't know about that one. I think you're a bit biased in this one. We have the defending SEC champions in Alabama headed up to Happy Valley to take on the defending Big Ten champions, the Penn State Nittany Lions.
No, we're just Penn State. We're not pretentious like and Ohio State.
You're in the Big Ten.
Well,
You're in the Big Ten.
Ohio State University has played and beaten both of these coaches. So, that being said, I still
Did anyone
take-
ask about Ohio State beating either of them?
I was going to use it
does
as
that
a
have
nice
anything
tie into my
relative?
prediction for the game. It was going to be a nice time.
Wait,
Fine.
Jake, can I play one of those Stephen A. Smith things real quick?
No.
Yes.
I have
Yes,
Penn
fine.
State 49, Alabama 35.
You said
You
Penn
have-
State win, right? Okay.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
you have way too much confidence in my defense if you think I'm holding them to 35.
I have
Yes.
I have that little. I mean, I think whether or not you are an adequate team. So is Alabama. I'm trying not to jinx. I'm trying to think of the most neutral words.
Adequate doesn't seem very neutral here.
Uh,
Adequate sounds negative.
Yeah, it's Dino that's down, Matt.
Yeah. I have said my piece.
Well, I was
All
gonna,
right.
I was gonna play a
Adequate team.
Stephen A. Smith quote, but it's a little
Yeah.
late now. So,
play it.
well, he was like Ohio State has beaten both of those coaches. All right, hold on.
Play it. I want to hear it.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, I'm here to tell you
It's
right
one of
now.
my yeah. It's a great
You're
versatile quote.
You're not the real Burner. That'll work better if you played it right when he said it.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I said. It would have been late, so yeah, whatever.
But yeah, okay.
And
I've
I
played one of
only
these
said it
coaches.
as a segue.
I've played one of these coaches last year, and I have a very long history with the other coach.
Not my problem.
Exhibit A there. But yeah, this is gonna be a good game. This is gonna be a
This is gonna be a shootout.
I see points coming here. What is defense will be the question of this game. Whoever finds that answer out first is probably gonna win this game.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the defending Big Ten champions in this one in like a 49-45 type game. It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a lot of points.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, but I think Penn State gets it done.
What does Penn State think about Penn State's game?
Well, I have to say, I think that if whichever team has, I'll was gonna say whichever team punts first is probably gonna lose, but I don't even think it's. It might not even be that bad. I think it's gonna be if one team gets a pick 6 or a turnover 6, game's over. Because I think we're just gonna. Other than that, we're gonna be scoring the entire time.
It'll be a fun game for sure.
Anything you specifically are looking for in this game? Like anything from Alabama specifically you're looking for?
I mean, I'm hoping that I can try to get some
defense.
Some more. I was going to say some more defense, some more turnovers, because they had 500 yards last week and only one interception, one turnover. Now, if I can, the other key is getting them. If I'm going to get a stop, it needs to be outside of field goal, because South Alabama stopped them in field goal range 4 times, and they went 4 for 4. If they would have stopped them a little bit sooner, South Alabama wins that game. So the key to the victory for me, in my opinion, is not just getting stops outside of field goal.
Well, with those new field goal ranges, you're gonna have a hard time. Am I right? Up top. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Someone would have given me that. Still, I could rant about the field goal ranges all day, but I won't.
All right. So
we're on a schedule.
What does the nation think about my and Bama's game?
Well,
did you say what?
Not.
Oh.
Well, overall, the people have faith in Penn State, or as I will now call it now forever, because you don't want me to, the Penn State.
The Penn State University.
About 71%. I know it's not. I know it's not. I know it's not. About 71% of people pick Penn State, which, fair. I mean, Penn State's historically been a better program than Alabama. Alabama would even admit that. So, yeah, I think that's fair based on how these coaches have performed all the time.
He does admit that.
But how many SEC championships does Penn State have?
How many conference titles does their coach have?
I don't know.
2.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there you
say. No joke. Has anyone else won conferences in two different conferences already?
Let's see.
I think someone else did.
I'm trying to think of.
Would it be Georgia
No.
Tech? Did he not win the ACC?
Old Toledo.
Oh God.
No.
Toledo didn't win it.
No. Toledo never won the. Well, the one Toledo did quit the very next week because they got salty.
I don't think many conference champions
Doug won
leave.
the ACC, but Doug didn't win the MAC. Remember, he lost to Central Michigan, which blew their chances. They went 10-2 and then missed the playoffs because of that second loss. Yada yada yada. The rest is a little bit of history.
The New Year's Six.
Yes, because New Year's Six rules were stupid back then.
Then they got shafted all the way down the bowl order.
Then they would have got shafted if we didn't change it last second. They got a ranked game in the end, so it wasn't terrible. Vegas Bowl, which is now like a very prestigious bowl in fake football world, so not too terrible, all things considered.
Oh yes. Rest in peace, Toledo.
I feel like I single-handedly destroyed their program multiple times. I mean, I didn't mean to. Like, that wasn't my goal.
But it happened.
I think it might be.
Wait, is the Dollar General Bowl prestige? Yes, I have a Dollar General Bowl title. Yes.
The most prestigious bowl is obviously the Bahamas Bowl.
No, it's Cactus Bowl.
It is obviously the anti-holiday.
No, it's the Jaguar Vegas.
The Bahamas Bowl is always a fun
Gator
bowl
Bowl.
game. We get some fun games there.
I just think that any bowl game that is sponsored by Jehovah's Witnesses is amazing.
That's still the best sponsor. And there's some pretty good ones there, but I think that one's the best. I'm not even going to try to argue.
Birmingham Bowl sponsored by Halo. Trust me, it's making it.
But
We're gonna get some good coaches this year.
I have to head off shortly. Any hot takes you want from me before I leave?
Do you have any hot takes you want to say?
Big
Hold on.
Ten better than MAC, but that's lukewarm
How
at best.
I want to hear
That's-
what's your.
That's cold.
We're not there yet, but I want to hear what's your Wisconsin, Washington State prediction.
As much as it pains me to admit it, and I don't know, I can't remember what I put for game day, but I gotta go Big Ten, Wisconsin.
Wow. Big
They're
pick
gonna
there.
win 24-17. And with
No
that,
way.
I shall leave the call.
Wow.
All right,
Alright.
bye.
Thank you for having me.
That was a hot
Alright,
take to
next-
end it, not gonna lie.
Next is Virginia Poly versus Colorado.
Did you just call us Virginia Poly?
Virginia
Come on.
Virginia Technical Institute.
Virginia Polytech Institute and State University.
Yeah,
There.
Virginia Poly.
VPI.
Hey, no, if it's the Penn State, it's Virginia Poly.
All right, you know what? That's not as bad as what some people say, so I can live with Virginia Poly. I don't mind. But yeah, y'all go ahead. I'll save my thoughts for the end.
I
Well,
think that.
oh, sorry, you can go.
Virginia. Okay, Virginia Poly State is going to. It's going to really, really struggle. And I think that Colorado State is going to pull out the win and beat Virginia Poly State about 38-27.
Jake.
I'm saving my thoughts for
It's
after all
not
y'all
VPI,
go.
No.
it's VPF.
I was
Virginia Poly State.
I was starting a little speech here. Jake, I really do feel sorry for you this week. I pray for you tonight. It's not going to be fun. You are facing a very, 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 very angry Colorado State national champion, and you will be blown out. I'm sorry. I have nothing else to say.
All right, UVA. I see you trying to jinx me. Bad. I know what you're trying to do there, but yeah, there's two parts of me here. There's the part of me that's scared for my life. I'm really mad at Uga for what he did to Colorado State last week because good teams bounce back from losses, and Colorado State's a good team, which I'm kind of scared I get beat by about 30 because wouldn't be the first time I've got killed by a team in 30 in a big game. But there's a little part of me that I feel like I've got a good game plan coming into this game. So I'm not horrified. I think it's going to be a good game. Well, I could get killed, but honest to God, I think that it comes down to a last-minute touchdown, a last-minute something. Something in the last minute is going to decide this game. Not sure what it is yet, but I think it comes down to the very end.
Well, I like the optimism, Jake.
Yeah, what do the people pick? Colorado State or EPSU?
The people are pretty split. I'm surprised. 54% Colorado State, 53%. Let me start over. 54% Colorado State, 46% Virginia Tech.
Hold on.
Oh,
And it's because we're all picking against Jake because it's Jake. If it was anyone else, it would probably be more of a toss-up about,
I mean,
say
that's-
the same
that's-
narrative as.
Well, that's not
say
true.
The same narrative, but we don't know that.
but this isn't. I mean, this is the. I'll just go ahead and spoil it. This is the closest thing to a toss-up we've got of any of the pick'em games.
I don't know about
No,
that.
from what the people said.
Oh,
This is the
okay,
closest
okay,
thing to a
okay.
toss. I'm not saying it's going to be the closest match. That's not what I was trying to say. I'm just saying from what the people pick, it's the most
What?
evenly split.
Okay. All right. What is it again?
53.5 to 46.5.
Okay. Moving. All right. Now that we have
Oh.
that, let's move
Oh,
on.
hold up.
to-
UVA, it was 71.5% for you, UVA.
Well, moving on, Jake.
Way more than Virginia is West Virginia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
that-
What?
My internet went down. Do you want to
Oh.
restart for a second?
Yeah,
Just
Penn State seems shocked by this. Yeah, I might.
Go back like
I might-
15
I-
seconds ago.
You didn't miss anything in the last 15 seconds. No, I don't. I
What do you
hate
mean?
West Virginia.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? We're rivals. I hate them.
No, they're not your rival.
Yes, they
They're not.
are. We have a trophy. What do you mean?
So Penn State and Michigan State. Have you seen that?
No. Okay, Big Ten trophies don't count. They're in
No,
a different
hold
league of
on,
their own.
That's no the Big Ten.
Big
or
Ten
the-
has all the trophies. They don't count in terms of the trophy game.
No, some of them do, because you've got like,
Some
the
of them
open
do.
bucket. You've got a couple good.
But no, West Virginia, Virginia Tech was much more intense of a rivalry than Tech UVA for much of the early 2000s before we bailed on the Big East. But the West
I like
Virginia
West-
people I know,
like
I
West
are
Virginia.
way more.
I had a friend who.
I don't
played
care if
for
they
them.
hate Pitt. But yeah, no. What the West Virginia people I know are more annoying than the UVA people I know.
My mom
I-
wants
I-
The
do
UVA
have-
people, the UVA fans I know are stuck up. The West Virginia fans I know are just stupid. So
What about VPSU fans?
we can get a bit over dramatic.
Jake, do you
But,
know
okay.
what Virginia Tech's original name was?
We're talking about
Virginia
Akron Marshall.
Agriculture
This is
and Mechanical College and Polytechnic Institute.
yeah, we're a farming school.
Their original was just Virginia Agriculture and Mechanical College. Then they added
Yeah, we're
Penn Polytechnic
a
Institute.
farming school.
So it's VAMCPI.
That
VAMCP.
ugh. But yeah, we have
CPI
top
security.
10 game. Hey, we have a top 10 game to talk about here.
Yeah, that doesn't matter
We do?
compared to VPSU.
Yeah, Akron Marshall.
Marshall is not top 10.
We-
Who ranked on
Nah,
top
yes.
10? Hold on. What is this?
People, well, hey, they're a Conference USA team. They're gonna get overranked.
Oh my god, they are top 10.
I like how you didn't know that. They were top 10 last week, weren't they?
Well, but that was a joke poll.
Are you saying this week isn't one?
Marshall is,
It's
well,
it's a little less of a joke poll. I mean, I love Marshall, but he's not. He doesn't deserve that rank right now.
Oh, did they follow the top? I did give an update. Okay, they're 12.
Still
6
good.
versus
No,
12.
trust me. I love the CUSA.
I have a first place vote this week, by the way. Yeah.
They
They just don't deserve to be that high.
Some
But
of
the poll
some-
will get better as we go.
for some of y'all who aren't part of the coaches poll, some of these polls would make you bleed. I don't kid there.
Kansas number 3.
God.
All right,
What
yeah.
about the one with 10 UAB number
Akron
1?
Marshall.
Yes. Although they did put up 7. Okay.
Okay, UAB 1 you could at least justify. Kansas number 1. Ugh.
Number 3. All right, you know what? Akron Marshall. I'll go first here. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind who wins this game. I am extremely confident Akron wins this game pretty comfortably. Been really good against Conference USA teams all time. Marshall is not a top 10 team. I'm sorry. This isn't season 1 anymore. This is not season 1. They were decent season 2 or 3, but they're no top 10 team. I'm sorry, they're not. Akron's going to win by at least 14.
Not so fast, my friend.
That's my line, damn it.
No, I get to say it. Because you're older than me. So I'm Kirk Herbstreit and you're Corso. Oh, wait.
Then
Oh.
I'm Corso.
I don't know.
I'm the oldest. And
You can be Desmond Howard.
What? No.
Can I be the Washington State flag
Hold
and
on,
just fly
no.
around?
Jake is the one with outrageous takes and is disliked by so many people. He's doesn't have.
I feel like I have
No.
pretty outrageous takes sometimes.
Nah, Marshall, whenever he's on, is Desmond Howard.
Alright, but back to my pick. Marshall is going to start the trend of national champions from 3 seasons ago being good. And he's going to win. Good. Very good. It's going to be a great win. One of the best wins I've ever seen. Because I don't think Akron's that good. So, yeah. Oh, also, they almost lost to UTEP. And I think Marshall does the same thing that UTEP does. They capitalize on Akron's weak offense, but this time
And then
score.
lose. Man, I
No,
could see that.
no, they win. They win.
Alright.
Trust me.
My prediction. See, Marshall hasn't been Marshall since Marshall was Marshall.
That's too many Marshalls in the sentence, spam.
But you know what I mean? Like, ever since Marshall was Marshall, they've stopped. And ever since they stopped being Marshall, they've just been, eh.
I like to take credit for making Marshall bad, just so you know. Yeah.
40, 21.
Yeah, I think
No,
Lancer
Marshall was
has a
Marshall in
point.
season 1.
Lancer has a point. Maybe the interest in fake sports goes up, the trying goes up, and the wins go up. It's a correlation.
I know VFB can attest to the fact that Marshall has given up on seasons before. Whenever it's like apparent they're not going to make a run at anything that important.
That's why it's more fun to lose your first 3 games early, like I did in my first year, and then just mess around. It's fun.
I don't think losing your first 3 games sounds like hell.
Well,
I should have lost my first 3 games last year.
Yeah, then Boston College decided to completely choke in the last minute.
Minute 30.
Well, fair enough. But yeah, and now we're here. The game of the century. Number 1 Washington State at number 2 Wisconsin. 2 FCS powerhouses. The FCS national champion taking on the face of FCS and Habes. I mean,
well,
can't get much bigger than this week too.
I did not hear the people's pick for last night.
Wasn't it the game of the century last week?
Akron 71%.
Oh, that is brutal. Is that the highest margin so far? Actually, no. Virginia was.
No, it was BYU. A lot of high picks this.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of great pick'em options for you, necessarily.
I mean, all these are ranked games. I think these can all be good games. They're all high stakes
I think
games.
Charlotte versus MTSU should be a pick'em game, but.
I thought BYU was going to be ranked, so
also, just a suggestion. I think you should have predict the final score for extra points of the Gameday game, the Gameday game.
I don't know, because that seems like a bit of a minor conflict of interest there.
Well, no one's gonna purposely lose a game because of pick'em points.
I mean, because I know who those people pick for top 4. That seems like a conflict. I wouldn't do that, but just saying that would be a conflict of interest that exists. Anyway.
To get the pick'em, to win the pick'em.
Yes.
The pick'em had money.
That's how Cannibal won it last year.
Who cares what wins and losses whenever you can win the pick'em?
Yes, exactly. But I'll go ahead and get the people's pick out here first. The people, 61% of them think the number 2 ranked Badgers are gonna win this one.
Yeah. Ooh.
There you go. Great crowd reaction there, Middle Tennessee.
Woo!
There we go. I like that. There we go. That's better. So
bear down, Wisconsin.
I guess you want to say that, you can pick first.
Wait, Skarmory, do the bird noise.
No, Scarm, please, no.
Please.
No.
No, who server muted him?
Middle Tennessee, go.
Wait, but I thought I was the mini bobblehead. Shouldn't Penn State go first?
Oh yeah, Penn State, Big Ten coach. You first.
Alright, well. I have not played this Wisconsin team. I played against Wisconsin last year in the conference title game and got a win. But with this new head coach, this team's completely changed. They've got their talent. The coach has gotten a lot faster and a lot more talent. I think that they were good last year, not great, but good. Now that they are great, they're not giving it up. I've got Wisconsin 35-31.
Yeah. Woo. Well.
Hold up, I just remembered. Oh, Crimson's gonna be here too. Yes.
Uh-oh. That's scary. Alright, well, I like the pick. I like both of these coaches. I think they could easily both be playoff teams. They both are national champions of their respective I don't want to say lower
D2
subdivisions,
titles count. Do D2 count
other-
titles really count?
but it's a title.
Yes.
Jake, he has more titles
It
than
wasn't
you.
even a full season. Were we
I'm
really
not
counting
going to
titles
say
for-
lower subdivisions, but like other. I don't know what the right word is. Other subdivisions, I guess. Yeah. So they're both national champions. So we had FBS versus FCS week 1. Now we have FCS versus D2 this week. It's going to be fun. Back-to-back national champions for Washington State there.
Hey,
And,
I don't see your color. You're yellow. I don't see what you're talking about.
That is admin abuse, Jake. That is a bannable offense.
I'm sorry, I had to.
What does the color name mean?
Yeah, is that cool, guy?
Purple means national. If you see purple, they've won a title.
Yep.
National
So,
title.
Wisconsin's going to get out to a hot start. Their defense is going to shut down Washington State for a little bit. But here's the thing. You can't hold back the floodgates of the Cougar offense for that long. Washington State in the second half is going to put down an absurd number of points. Like, just ridiculous. And I think Washington State ends up winning it by 14. So give me that Cougar bobblehead.
Bobblehead.
Yeah.
Did you just say a flood of cougars, though?
Boo.
Ooh. Wait, who's louder between me and Middle Tennessee?
I'm probably pretty
UVA?
quiet. I don't know why it does that.
Wait, I'm more quiet or more loud?
No, I'm more quiet.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm loud. I'm sorry, but I can't not
Yeah,
be loud.
but also, Uga's just too good of a coach to beat. He's going to play it close, but I really think Uga's the best coach to ever grace the halls of FCFB.
Not so fast, my friend.
Yeah, woo.
Who's booing?
No, that was a woo. It was a woo.
Oh,
Say, the guy that's waving the flag.
Yeah, he's
yeah, I feel
waving
bad
flag.
for him today. I feel bad for him today, but not so fast. Middle Tennessee. Uga has had one admittedly great season. He is the FCS. He's not defending since it's not FCS. He's the FCS national champion, and he pretty much tore everyone up there. But Wisconsin, there's a reason he's the face of FCS. Do people forget the first season of FCS football? Even his second year, he still made the playoffs, even if that was their down year. I will not cut to the chase. This game is at Wisconsin. Really tough place to play. Washington State did just beat the defending FBS national champions, but it took a miracle. I mean, a last-second touchdown with 28 seconds to go. That game was nuts. But Wisconsin dominated Georgia Tech flat out. They embarrassed them on the football field. You score 0 points and turn the ball over 5 times. It's an embarrassment. I mean, give me that Badger head. Give me Wisconsin.
Yeah, woo.